Let's join our hands for prayer. Let's pray to God that He keeps us in good health, wealth, and may we be in a condition such that we are always in the condition of giving others and always be good to others, always help your parents, obey your parents, be on the right path, gain more and more knowledge, and make others happy with your deeds. God, have a hand on us, hold our hand, show us the right path of success. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. God help us always so that we always are on the right path and never hurt others. Thank you. So we are starting the revision of trigonometry today, and I've just fastly we'll do this revision. Let's look here. In trigonometry, first of all, we are going to revise about this concept of circular functions, right? Now, what do we mean by circular functions? Let's take a unit circle in which we are having the radius OP as 1 unit. Let's take this as this is the radius, which is 1 unit. And we are completing the triangle. P is any point on the circle. We know that how to make a circle, x-axis and y-axis. P is any point on the circle, and we are just dropping a perpendicular from P on x-axis. So it completes the triangle OPM, where OM equals to A according to these coordinates. Let's take it as A, and this is B. This is on X and on Y. So OM equals to A and PM equals to B. Now, if we talk about these coordinates AB and we want to convert it to cos and sine, why only to cos and sine? They are the circular functions. They are the polar coordinates that we have already studied earlier also. Polar coordinates, that is with respect to origin. Polar coordinates is with respect to origin. We have to convert these points in which the distance from the origin is counted and the angle which the radius makes with positive direction of x-axis. Not only the radius, that is the point, the line which is joining this origin with the point P. The angle made by that line from positive direction of x-axis is counted. And you already know what is positive direction. Positive direction is the anti-clockwise direction always whenever we are considering the angles. So the polar coordinates will be in terms of theta and the radius, which we have taken here as 1 unit. So if we convert it by using triangle OPM, so we know that in case of OPM, tan theta is perpendicular upon base. So tan theta is perpendicular upon base. And if we find out cos theta from here, cos theta we know is base upon hypotenuse. That is, it is x, it is y. Base upon hypotenuse, that is a upon 1, or we can say if in general we want to find out the result, so this is x upon 1. So we get cos theta equals to x, and similarly sin theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, so we get sin theta equals to y. That is, in place of A or B or X and Y, we can put the values cos theta and sin theta. So point P converts in its polar form or in terms of polar coordinates as cos theta and sin theta. Right, now after it gets converted here, now we need the values at different points. Let's take these points, which are the intersection points of the circle with these x's. Now, if we move this point and we move this point to A, let's say to A. So angle becomes 0. this becomes cos 0 or sin 0. We know the value of cos 0, that is 1, or sin 0, that is 0. Now, suppose you don't know the value. Then also, in case of coordinates, if we are writing down the coordinates, this is a unit circle, so the radius OA is 1 unit, and on x-axis, y coordinate is 0. So this point is 1, 0. Similarly, if we come to this point, it is on y-axis, so x coordinate will be 0, and since it is a unit circle, the y coordinate will be 1. And if we write it in terms of polar coordinates, so this is cos 90 and sin 90. So we get the value of cos 90 as 0, we get the value of sin 90 as 1. Similarly, come to the negative x-axis, the point will be minus 1, 0 according to the coordinate system. And if we come to our polar coordinates, it will be cos pi and sin pi, that is cos 180, sin 180. So we get the value of cos 180 as minus 1, sin 180 as 0. Let's come to negative y-axis. This is again plus 90 degree, that is 270 degree. The coordinates if we are taking, it is x coordinate will be 0 since it is on y-axis, and negative x-axis, so minus 1 since the radius is 1 unit. And if we talk about polar coordinates, it is the angle 270 degrees, so it will be cos 270 and sin 270. And similarly, if we move here, this cos 0, that is we have completed one circle. Completed one circle means 2 pi radians we have completed, or 360 degrees we have completed. So this again comes out to be cos 2 pi and sin 2 pi, which is equivalent to cos 0 and sin 0. And so on, we will again, if we complete the second circle, if we complete the third circle, fourth circle, so we see that these values will repeat. After 2 pi radian, the values are repeating. So 2 pi is termed as the period of sine and cos. After 2 pi radian, 2n pi plus minus theta is equal to cos theta. Similarly, in case of sine, 2n pi plus minus theta equals to sine theta. Why? Because after 2 pi radians, the values we see are repeating. So 2 pi with n as an integer is the period of cos and sine. Now, if we look from this circle, we have cos 0, 1, cos pi 0, cos pi by 2, 0, and so on. So these are the values, and if we just come to generalizing these values, look here, cos pi by 2, 0, then cos 3 pi by 2, 0, then again cos 5 pi by 2 will be 0. So in this way, we get to this result that cos x is 0 at all these values. That is x equal to plus minus pi by 2, plus minus 3 pi by 2, plus minus 5 pi by 2. So we generalize this as cos 2n plus 1 pi by 2 is 0 when n belongs to z. Similarly, we can generalize the values of sine. We know sine 0 is 0, sine pi is 0, sine 2 pi is 0. So if we generalize this, we get sine x equal to 0 at x equal to plus minus pi, x equal to plus minus 2 pi, x equal to plus minus 3 pi. And if we generalize in terms of n, so it is sine n pi is 0 at n belongs to z. Right? So these are the two general results. After this, we come to the quadrants. We know that when we are dividing the circle into two parts by x and y axis, we get 4 quadrants. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and 4 quadrants. And in that, I have told you all silver tea cups. That means all the 6 ratios that we have studied: sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, sec theta, cot theta, and cosec theta. All these 6 ratios are positive in first quadrant. In second quadrant, sine and cos are positive. In third quadrant, tan and cot are positive. And in fourth quadrant, cos and sec are positive. Rest are negative. So according to this, we can change our ratios. Now, ratio changes we have studied in class 10th also. That sine theta always changes to cos theta and vice versa. Tan theta changes to cot theta and vice versa. Sec theta changes to cosec theta and vice versa. How? Let's come to this. We need to find out sine 90 plus theta. 90 plus. So 90 is 2 things you have to remember in this, that whenever you are taking a ratio change with respect to y-axis, always the ratio changes. That means the ratio will convert to another one. And when you are changing it with respect to x-axis, that is either it is pi minus pi plus or 0 minus 0 plus or 2 pi minus 2 pi plus, so the ratio does not change. The ratio will remain same, only the signs will change. And in case of y-axis, the ratio will also change, and accordingly, as per the quadrant, the signs will also change. So let us see, remembering these things, how are we going to change this? So it is sine 90 plus theta. 90 means this one, plus theta. Plus means we always, whenever are moving towards clockwise, anti-clockwise direction, then it is taken as plus. So 90 plus means we move to this theta is always taken as an acute angle. Right? That means it should be less than 90 whenever we are changing the ratio. So sine 90 plus theta means we come to second quadrant. And if we look here, that in second quadrant, first of all, we'll check which axis. Y-axis, the ratio will change. Sine will change to cos. So sine changes to cos. Let's look for the sign here, whether it will be positive or negative. And in second quadrant, we see that sine theta is positive. So this will come with a positive sign. Let's come to cos 90 plus theta. Again, we come to second quadrant, and since it is with respect to y-axis, ratio will change to sine theta. And let us see what is the sign here, positive or negative. So this is cos 90 plus theta. What type of sign cos has in second quadrant? Cos is negative in second quadrant. Only sine and its reciprocal cosec are positive here. Since cos is negative, so we apply a negative sign. The signs on right hand side are applied with respect to the signs of these ratios on left hand side. The signs of these ratios on left hand side, according to these ratios, we'll apply a sign plus minus on right hand side. So we get a negative sign here. Let's come to tan. Tan 90 plus theta. Again, we know that it will convert, ratio will convert to cot theta with a negative sign, since tan theta is negative in second quadrant. So we get a negative sign. And similarly, you can find out for the other three. Let's take another one. We are taking pi now. Pi, which is the change with respect to x-axis. Pi is this one. We have taken pi plus. Pi plus means again we move to anti-clockwise direction and we come to third quadrant. So if we talk about cot pi plus theta, cot pi plus theta. So because it is with respect to x-axis, ratio will not change. Cot will remain cot only. Pi plus, that means it is coming to third quadrant, and we'll see whether cot is negative in third quadrant or positive. Since cot is positive, so we have a positive sign here. Let's come to sec. Sec pi plus theta. Since it is with respect to x-axis, ratio will not change. It will remain sec only, and pi plus coming to third quadrant. Let's see what is the sign of sec here. Only tan and cot are positive, sec is negative, so we get a negative sign here. Right? This is how you can find out all the ratio changes. That is 2 pi plus theta, 2 pi minus, 90 plus, 90 minus, pi plus, pi minus, 270 plus, 270 minus. So we have done it earlier, how to convert these ratios and simplify the questions. Now, why are we doing this? What is the where to apply this concepts? So let us see where we can apply this concept, and for that I am giving you a question. Let's look at the question. And I'm giving you some options also. For that, you just solve that and give me the result. We have to apply these okay. The question is, we have to find out the value of cosec minus 1410. The options are Okay, tell me. These are the options, cosec minus 1410, okay? And the options are 2, minus 1, 0, none. You have to solve it. The ratio changes that we have just done, it will be with respect to that. You have to solve it and give the answer. Just raise your hands and give the answer. Yes. Who's giving the answer? Solve it and find out the answer. Which option is correct? Yes, Ansh, done? Vanshika?
Ma'am, option A.
Option A. Very good. Who's given the answer? Ansh. Rest of you, just solve it. This is option A. See how we will do. These are very important questions for MCQs because, and they should not take more than half a minute to solve. They should not take more than half a minute to solve. It is cosec minus 1410. First of all, we know that cosec minus theta, whenever we are coming to a quadrant, minus theta, cosec minus theta means 0 minus. That means we are moving to clockwise direction. So we come to fourth quadrant, and in fourth quadrant cosec is negative. So we can write it as minus cosec 1410. And now we have to convert it to an acute angle. We know the period also. So this can be converted as minus cosec 4 into 360 minus 30. Right? We have it as cosec 1440 minus 30. So this can be written as in terms of 2 pi radians, multiples of 2 pi, that is 4 into 360 minus 30, and whatever is the multiple, we can just convert it into that angle. So this becomes 2 pi minus, again we come to fourth quadrant, that is we'll get a negative sign, and this can be written as minus 30, right? So, and cosec minus 30 is again minus, again a minus, that is in fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, cosec is negative. So, we get a negative sign, cosec 30 degree. Put the value of cosec 30 degree, that is 2, and this becomes positive. You should take less than half a minute to solve this question. These type of questions are very important. I'm giving you one more of this type. Just give me the answer. It can be in terms of degrees, it can be in terms of radians also. We'll just do the degree and radian conversion. The question is tan 19 pi by 3. You have to solve it and get the answer. It is 1 upon root 3, this is 0, and the d part is 1. Just solve it fast and give me the answer. Solve it fast.
Ma'am, option B.
Option B, very good. This is option B. And you just can see that how much time you took for this question, right? So this is how you have to solve the MCQs and give the answers. Tan 19 pi by 3. We'll first convert it to an acute angle. We can write it as 19 pi. This can be written as 6 pi plus pi by 3. That is 6 3s are 18 plus 1. And again it is a multiple of 2 pi. So according to conversion of period, we can convert it. This is, let's again look to the quadrant, 2 pi plus something. That means we are coming to 2 pi plus theta, that is 10 pi by 3. Okay? So we get it as 10 pi by 3 and we know the value of 10 pi by 3, that is root 3. So this is how we have to convert our ratios. 2 pi plus theta. Plus theta means again moving to anti-clockwise direction. That means we come to first quadrant, and in first quadrant all the ratios are positive. Since all the ratios are positive, so it will be with a positive sign. You can write it as 10 pi by 3 and the value is root 3. The values of the trigonometric functions, you have to remember these values. Okay? So this is how you have to solve these questions and get the answers to them. So these type of questions come in MCQs, very short questions, and some calculation is also there. If the concept is clear to you, you can do these questions very easily. Okay, now one more question I am asking. Just give me the answer. Let us see who's giving the answer. The name of largest supercomputer. This is a GK question, just for a change. Name of largest supercomputer. Yes, who's going to tell? Anyone? Anyone knows the answer? Quick. Quick answer should be there. Don't just Google it. Don't Google it. Just give me the answer. Yes, Kunal? Vansh, who's good at GK? The new student, Sarthak. No one. Okay, I'm telling you. This is SUMMIT, Summit, which is made by IBM for US Oak Ridge National Laboratory. And this is in tennis. You should know these small things about science and technology, and it is about equivalent to 2 basketball courts. It is equivalent to 2 basketball courts. How are we using these supercomputers? What is the need of supercomputers? Can anyone tell me about it? What is the requirement of supercomputers, or what's the use? Yes, anyone?
मैम सर्वर्स हैंडल करने के लिए.
Yes, to handle the servers, but the main thing is that they are used for scientific researches, big scientific researches that are there. We use them for that, and they are also used for converting the seismic data, the data that they are collecting, converting them to maps. They are also used for big aerodynamic calculations and for exploring new things. The use of supercomputers is there. Okay. So let's come to another topic, come to our topic of, so you just remember this thing, okay? So we should always be in a habit of reading new things and the concepts and the inventions or discoveries that are made in science and technology, that we should be aware of that. We are a student of science, so we should always be looking at that also, apart from our studies. Okay, now we are coming to another one, that is the formulas of trigonometry. Let's come to the formulas of trigonometry. So we have just done them earlier. I'm just sharing a screen and you just look at the formulas. We'll be revising it from there. Just look at your screens. So the simple formulas, I have given you the formulas in terms or in some parts, right? Like sine minus x minus sine x, this we have just done now when we have done our conversions. Cos minus x equal to cos x, this sine 90 plus x equal to cos x, cos 90 plus x equal to sine x. These are all conversions up to here, that is cos 2 pi minus x equal to cos x. The main formulas that we have to learn here is this set, which is very, very important. I have marked the sign also here. Sin a plus b, sin a cos b plus cos a sin b, sin a minus b, sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. And I told you that whenever sine is here, both the terms sin cos and cos sin are there. Whenever cos is there, then two coses will be together and two sines will be together. And in case of sine, the same signs will be there. If it is a plus here, here it will be plus. If it is a minus here, here it will be minus. And in case of cos, if it is a plus sign, we'll have an opposite sign, that is minus. If it is cos a minus b, we have cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. Then another set is tan a plus b and tan a minus b, which is very important. Again, these are the mostly used formulas. Second set that I have given, third set that I have given, that is tan a plus b, tan a minus b. Then we come to the fifth one, that is cos 2 theta. Very important formula of cos 2 theta, cos square theta minus sin square theta. It can be written in four forms. In terms of sin theta, it is 1 minus 2 sin square theta. In terms of cos theta, it is 2 cos square theta minus 1. And in terms of tan theta, it is 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. So whatever is the question related to the result, only you will apply any of these. And then mostly used sin 2 theta, that is 2 sin theta cos theta. And in terms of tan, it is 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. And from here only, from the formulas of cos 2 theta, from these two, 1 minus 2 sin square theta and 2 cos square theta minus 1, we are getting these two formulas, which are very, very, very important. They will be applied everywhere. For 2 cos square theta, anywhere you can write 1 plus cos 2 theta. For 2 sin square theta, anywhere you can write 1 minus cos 2 theta. That is the half angle formulas. Whatever angle is here, it is doubled, or you can say whatever angle is on right hand side, it is halved on left hand side. Then this sin 3x, cos 3x, tan 3x, they are less used. Then the most important set is 7th, that is sin c plus sin d, sin c minus sin d, cos c plus cos d, cos c minus cos d, right? In terms of sine, always, if we look at the second set, if we look at the 7th set, both the terms of sine and cos are used. Similarly here, both the terms of sine and cos are used. When it is cos c plus cos d, only terms of cos. When it is cos c minus cos d, only terms of sine. Then it is 2 sin a cos b, sin b, 2 cos a cos b, 2 sin a cos b, and 2 cos a sin b. So they also have a related type of terms. So you can just remember them. In case of sin a sin b, both coses are there. In case of cos a cos b, both coses are there. And when sin a cos b and cos a sin b is there, both sines are there. So you can remember these formulas like this if you just make a relation that how are they related. That is why I have given these formulas in forms of some set, so that you can remember this set as a whole, right? So after we have come to the formulas, or just revise the formulas, let me give you some question. And you just solve that question. Okay, simple question I am giving you. Very simple question. Again, MCQ, you have to give the value of cos 1, cos 2, cos 3. Then it is up to cos 179 degree. You have to give the value. Just prompt answer should be there. बहुत ही simple सा question. Prompt answer should be there. Yes, what is the answer? You have to get the value of cos 1 degree, cos 2 degree. These are in multiplications. The terms are in multiplications. Again, an MCQ. Very simple. The options are given here. What is the answer? Yes, Vanshika? The answer should be there in your mind as I write the question. I'm just giving you those questions to which you can find out answer very quickly. I'm not giving you many questions based on lengthy calculation. Yes, Vanshika, can you tell me the answer here? It is starting from 1 degree and the series is going on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 179 degree. Yes, who's giving the answer?
MC.
C, 0. Very good, Yash. Very good, Vaibhav. So, Vanshika, you should always just look at that. So, the answer is B, that is 0, because we will get here cos 90 degree also in between. Right? We'll get cos 90 degree here in between, that is 0. So, and we know that anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So, the answer is 0, that is B. Okay? So, this is how you have to give the answers. This type of concept-based questions will be there. ये देखने में तो it will, you'll see that array so much big series, how will we solve it, how will we get the answer, but you should always just, your mind should take that we have cos 90 also in between and the value of cos 90 is 0 and anything multiplied with 0 is 0. So you just can take the answer here. So all the concepts if are clear in your mind, so you can get the answer very easily. And one more question of this type. This is another question of this type. Let's just solve this. Tan 2, tan 3, and it is up to tan 89 degree. Yes, who will give the answer? Tan 1, tan 0, tan 2, tan 1, tan 2, tan 3 up to tan 89 degree. I am giving the options. And this is not defined. Yes.
Ma'am.
Who's giving the answer?
Ma'am, Ansh.
Ansh. Yes, Ansh. What is the answer? B. Okay.
Ma'am, B.
How? Just explain.
Ma'am, tan को मैम cot में convert कर देंगे.
Yes.
तो मैम tan into cot is equals to मैम 1 हो जाएगा. मैम ऐसे सारी सीरीज कट्टी चली जाएगी. मैम आखिरी में मैम tan 45 बचेगा. और मैम tan 45 मैम is equals to 1.
Very good. So here we will have some terms, here we'll have some terms, and in between we have tan 45 degree. All the terms on left hand side, all the terms on right hand side will cancel out. Why? Because tan 89 can be written as cot 1. Then tan 88 can be written as cot 2. Right? So this is how all these terms will cancel out and we are only left with tan 45 which is equal to 1. Very good. So these type of questions are very important for MCQs. And the time is short. We'll be doing the other questions tomorrow, these type of questions, and we'll be doing the concept of radian and degree also. Okay, and tomorrow we'll see if we just discuss many questions of MCQs only, and some lengthy questions are also there in trigonometry. So you can just do them. I'll give you the assignment for that. And you just do them and we'll discuss the problems also. Anything else that you want to ask? Your problems, I'll be giving you the solutions to that and rest we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay? So we are ending the session here. Thank you and have a nice day. Be with your books for these days because now your exams are approaching and have a good result. Thank you.